Hi, I'm Pattu from FreeFinCal. Today, let's talk about reverse mortgage as an income source after retirement. So, in a reverse mortgage, you basically hand over the property papers to the bank, and for a fixed tenure, whether it's 10 years or 15 years, up to a maximum of 20 years, the bank will pay you a monthly income in exchange. So, what happens after 20 years? So, now, if you or your spouse are alive after the end of the payment period, let's say 20 years, then you can continue to live in the house until for your lifetime, until your death. And then after that, after both the husband and wife, both of them have passed away, or if they have moved away to some other residence, then the bank will either sell the property in a general auction, and if there is any excess amount, because if the property may gain in value over those 20-year period, if there is any excess amount after the accounting for the initial loan amount and the interest accrued, if there is any excess amount, it will be paid to the legal heirs, or the legal heirs can buy back the property from the bank, or the borrowers, that is the couple, can also buy back the property from the bank at any point in time. Now, there is no obligation for the couple to settle the loan in their lifetime. That is, suppose the loan amount is 20 years, but the couple live for another 5 years or 10 years more. There is no need for them to settle the loan. They don't need. They can happily live in that house until their lifetime is over, and only after that the bank will initiate the closure of the loan via the sale of the house. Now, suppose the property value has decreased due to some reason, and if there is any loss, then also the legal heirs or the couple, as the case may be, they don't need to pay the shortfall. That bank will treat that as a loss and close the loan. So it's a good deal, but there are plenty of restrictions in giving the loan. So first of all, the property should be self-occupied, and it should be the primary permanent residence. The only self-acquired property is eligible. Ancestral property typically is not eligible. The banks don't like that kind of an arrangement. Now, home insurance is necessary once the reverse mortgage is approved. If the person is unmarried, then the person must be a senior citizen, 60 plus. If they approach the bank as a couple, that is as co-borrowers, then one person must be 60 plus and the other person must be 55 plus. The most important point is the residual life of the property should be at least 20 years. Now, this can be a difficult problem, because if the property was purchased a long time ago and before the time of applying for reverse mortgage, then the bank may not be interested in approving the mortgage, or they may give you a very low amount. The property value will be evaluated by the bank, or they can have some kind of a third party to evaluate it. The point is that whatever value of the property we hear on the street, informally, or what the broker says, that may not be what the bank will actually enter. The bank will typically enter a lower value so that the payout will be lower. The maximum loan amount is only 1 crore, and that's also a dampener, because there are many properties which are valued more than that, and the maximum monthly payout is capped at only 50,000 rupees. So it cannot be more than that. Now, during any point in the reverse mortgage tenure, you can borrow up to a maximum of 15 lakhs to handle any kind of medical emergencies. Now, the rate of interest is quite healthy. Union Bank, for example, offers 12.15% interest. I think other banks also should offer a healthy double-digit number. But the amusing thing is, only 3 days are given for you to rethink the agreement. Suppose you sign the agreement and you want to change your mind, you have only 3 days to do so. Right? And it's very important. There are other restrictions also there, that has to considered, because you cannot leave the property for vacant for more than a year. That is, you can't go and visit your house, visit your children in the US and stay there and so on. You have to make sure the taxes are paid properly. The property has to be maintained. If there is any problem, the repairs because the bank will come and visit the property every 5 years, and the rate of interest is not fixed. They will change the rate of interest every 5 years. So it's it is fairly restrictive, and also you cannot do day trading with the amount you get from the mortgage. You can't use it for speculative income. You have to use it for day-to-day expenses. Investing, it's okay, but you cannot speculate with it. Now, only senior citizens who are asset rich and cash poor, that is, they have a nice house, but they don't have any liquid net worth to speak of, they can consider reverse mortgage. If they don't have children to leave the property, then they can consider a reverse mortgage. And if there are many people who love their neighborhood because of the logistics, the support they have, the facilities, they don't want to go to retirement houses, then they can also consider such a reverse mortgage. Now, some people want to use it as a speculative instrument. That is, they say that the house property will anyway increase. I will buy a reverse mortgage, although I don't need it. When the bank sells the property, they will get extra money. That extra money will go to the heirs, legal heirs. Well, that's. I mean, we don't know whether there will be an extra, how much it will be, and so on. If you don't need the reverse mortgage, why bother? Anyway, you're going to leave the house to the legal heirs, and if they don't want the house, they can always sell it and get all the money they want. I mean, that's really unnecessary, in my opinion. Now, people who are likely to relocate, close to their children, and who prefer to go to a retirement home because of their circumstances, or because of illness and so on, they should not consider reverse mortgage. They can just sell off the house. If you're not emotionally attached, you can consider selling the house. It could be potentially more rewarding, but you cannot do a one-to-one comparison. That's not possible to do. So it is the biggest problem is you don't know the quantum of income that you are going to get, because there will be you have to actually apply for the loan. You have to pay the processing fees. SBI charges, not SEBI. SBI charges 0.5% of the loan amount up to maximum of $20,000. You have to pay that money. Only then you will know whether the bank will approve and what is the quantum of pension you are going to get. If you cancel afterwards, then you may have to forego the fee. So that's a problem. And also, it's not a permanent source of income. Suppose you get the reverse mortgage at 60 and you live beyond 80, then you have to find some source of income beyond that. So it may be better for you to sell the house and use part of the money for income, and part of the money you invest it, so you can use it for your lifetime and also leave it beyond that. I know people who have done this successfully, and they are quite happy with their decision. So our suggestion is not to use reverse mortgage unless necessary. Unless there's a last resort option, you can use reverse mortgage. If you are so emotionally attached with your house and you say, I want to die only in this house, some people say that, then it's fine. But and even then, do it only if necessary.